morning and welcome to Brunch, a taste of Tobago. I have missed you so much and I feel so happy. I'm so elated that you're with me this morning. I am your host, JW Moore, also known as J Soul, and I will be taking you on a wonderful journey for the next 2 hours. So please stay tuned, please stick with us. Remember, we are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and of course the Amplia Network 102. I am just part of the wonderful team here at Tobago Updates who makes it happen and brings live streamed television to you. I hope that you guys are ready. We have a wonderful, wonderful show. But for those of you who are joining us for the first time, good stuff is first. And good stuff represents those inspiring stories, sons and daughters of the soil, or sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, and of course the world at large, doing positive things and impacting humanity in a very positive way. So I firstly have to mention this column that I noticed in the Newsday. One of our artistic, expressive sons, Mr. Martin Superville, is keeping visual arts alive right here in Tobago. He is the brainchild behind the concept Serendipity. Now, Serendipity is a 3-week exhibition put on by the Art Gallery, ends on Sunday in Lowlands, Tobago. And the gallery's founder, Martin Superville, is again hoping to display the best of what Tobago artists have to offer. He also wishes to encourage and promote a greater appreciation for the arts here in Tobago. He further expressed that it's about keeping visual arts alive. He told the Sunday Newsday, being the only art gallery on the island from 1995 to now took some doing, but it is always a pleasure hosting my brothers and sisters in the arts within our twin island republic. So quite an inspiring story there. Mr. Martin Superville, good morning to you and thank you for doing great things with art on the island of Tobago. We now take you to The Guardian. Award-winning poet circles back to Tobago legacy. Miss Janine Hosford, this week's WE feature, or this week's We feature rather, features writer and poet Janine Hosford, winning the 2022 Bocas Emerging Writers Fellowship for Poetry, is on the cusp of being another breakthrough poet out of TNT. Horsford is a fellow of the inaugural MoCo magazine Poetry Masterclass of 2018 and the 2016 Callaloo Writers Workshop and the Cropper Foundation Caribbean Writers Workshop of 2014. In 2016, Janine was shortlisted for a Small Acts Poetry Prize. Horsford went on to express that writing and life coexist for her in the same green and necessary space. Complicated by the ways this country inspires yet stifles its artists. Yet Horsford says that she continues to write because she feels compelled to write just as people are across all art forms. So you guys need to check that out. Quite a riveting column describing Miss Janine Hosford, her journey through art, some of the challenges that she would have faced in the art world. Also, the Daily Express takes us to T&T Scouts. Now we're talking about that Korean heat. T&T Scouts beat Korean heat. Despite the departure of thousands, the mood of the participants at the historic 25th World Scout Jamboree taking place in South Korea still remains very positive, said the National Scout Commissioner Mark Ainsley. Mr. Ainsley was further reiterating the fact that the TNT Nationals, the Scouts, they are really representing well and keeping the flag of Trinidad and Tobago flying high. So we wish them all the best. We wish them success in whatever they endeavor to do. And also, there is a column that I wanted to just share with you. The second annual Caribbean Youth Forum for the Prevention of Drug Use. This was held in Nassau, Bahamas from July 31st to August 14th. 13 Caribbean countries were involved, 15 countries and teams. Trinidad and Tobago, of course, excelled, and we feel that we need to really honor and pay tribute to those sons and daughters who are impacting the world very positively. Each team was represented by 3 persons, 1 youth leader, and of course 2 participants. Trinidad and Tobago sent Ayodele Kajo, youth leader, Kenrick Marshall, youth participant, and Colin Aberdeen, youth participant. So each team is tasked to devise a project that could treat with drug abuse and drug substance used in this country. All right, so they are winning 3 projects and counting. So we want to say so much love, so much special vibe going out to our team of Trinidad and Tobago. You are doing well and you are making us proud. So we are going to take a break and we are going to come right back with our lovely stories. We have a really good mix of topics that we're going to be discussing today. Thabiti, that accomplished playwright, actor, activist, you name it, this man has done it. He joins us today on the brunch set, as well as the performers of the Mariah Old Time Heritage Festival. They are going to be here and they are going to be doing what they do. My producer is trying to get me to do the brush back, but I think I'm going to take a step back and let the pros do what they do. So don't go anywhere. I want you to sit back, relax, and we'll be right back with the brunch, a taste of Tobago. See you soon. Anna looking at the screen.
This is how it's gonna go.
They
better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Summerama, real steam for the summer standard. Is a dream for the summer. Dreamy, steamy, standard. What you have, what you have? All the best deals, no drama. Standard be beat like a hammer. Go tell your friend, tell your papa, tell your mama. We got more, we got more. Standards are what you're searching for. Quality brand, discounts galore. New things for the summer, online in store. Summertime is here, so make the most out of it at Standard. Never beating on quality and price. It nice. J
Jade Monkey. We celebrate a living legend, Curtis Garant, the Outer International General Garant. Garanti. On the 6th of August, it's a celebration with the General Grant, and he's coming with his friends, Gordonite, Ziggy Rankin, Ice Sasha, and Prophet Benjamin. Your DJs, Trendsetter Goofy, and Adjacent G Artistry, Dreads International. Admission only $100 at the door. You pay more. Get your tickets now at Jade Monkey Bar, Barcode, Happy Place Bar, and Pablo Supermarket. For more information, call 266-6626 or 366-0991. Follow us on Instagram at Jade Monkey Bar TBG, on Facebook at Jade Monkey Bar Tobago. It's a celebration with the General Grant on the 6th of August from 9 p.m. at the Jade Monkey. This event powered by Digicel, Carib, Cool Control Air Conditioning, and Blue Heron Establishment.
All soca lovers, stand up. All soca lovers, stand up.
Are you flood ready? Monitor trusted sources for info. Wear protective gear when you clean up. Contact your insurance provider to assess the damage. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
Inner Health, number 13B Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, with over 25 years experience offering services in and not limited to microscopic blood analysis, reflexology, and the sale of a wide range of organic herbal products used to supplement thyroid, lymphatic, heart, kidney, and brain health, and the male and female reproductive systems. Come and chat with us. Remember, your health is your wealth.
From the experts that created the Zinger sandwich comes the KFC Crispy Barbecue Zinger.
The only one I see is you.
Cheddar cheese, crispy onions, the most delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken, and barbecue sauce. Get ready for a whole new level of flavor.
Right now, Tobagonians are just currying down to Bonaccord, right in Stobie Local Road. You know why? To come down and shop at Authentic Builders General Hardware, the only hardware store in Tobago that is giving you guys Trinidad prices. So for instance, such as steel, half-inch and 5/8, $7,895. 5/8 construction ply for $260. Every single thing that you will need to do your home renovation or start your new construction, we have it right here. And to get your quotation, it's very easy. Just WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will do your free WhatsApp quotation for you.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Are you flood ready? Review and update insurance coverage. Install floodgates and barriers. Create a family flood plan. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
are back with Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Now, guys, remember I told you before we went to break, we have a very well-rounded, holistic type of show. And of course, we have to honor and, pay homage to our icons while they are alive. We were just having a discussion previously about that, reaping the rewards and the benefits and the accolades that you deserve. And of course, my next guest, I am very honored and very privileged to have him seated here. I think that I am very blessed to have the opportunity to have this conversation with him. Oh my gosh, actor, arranger, activist, you name it, and this man has done it. Now, I would have mentioned theater because this is the sphere that he propels in. And so being a part of so many productions, writing so many pieces of literary work, we definitely needed to have this man come in and have a talk with him today on the Brunch stage. So I welcome to the Brunch set none other than the BT. Good morning.
Good morning.
And
thank you for having me.
And thank you for coming. Oh my gosh. It was so long ago. It feels like so long ago that I would have met you.
Yeah.
And you were doing a series of projects. And I remember we had to audition and you chose me to do one of your pieces. It was a piece on slavery. Can't remember the exact name of it.
Yeah, I think it's Light the Flambeau. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it could have been Light the Flambeau. I
Yeah,
remember
would have
I
been a
had
long,
to
long
have
time ago.
chains and, it was really raw. And I had to really bring that,
And you did a good job.
yeah, bring that energy out. And it had to do with the fact that I was working with you, but at the same time, you allowed for my true essence to emerge. And that is one thing that I remember from working with you on past projects. But let's talk about Thabiti. Let's talk about the man that you are. How did it start for you? Did you always venture into literary work and playwright and that sort of thing in terms of art?
Yeah. I did my first memorable piece at about age 8. And as we like to say, I was bitten by the stage bug. And I'm still with it.
Yes.
One of my mentors, Frederick Soon, I had a liking for long distance running. And he saw me running over the Lady Young Road. That was my training ground. And we were doing a production. And after running, I went to the rehearsal and he said, I want to tell you this, that by age 30, you will hang your spikes up. But if you stay with the theater in your 80s, you will still be on stage. I always remember that and share it with my students, share it with people who come in, because it is so true.
Yes.
And
you're still...
last week I played a role, You see what I mean? And I'm well into my 70s.
Yeah, and you're still a force. It's a force that I get when I listen to you. You were described as being so dedicated to the discipline of theater.
Yeah.
And that is something that it resonates with me because I had no choice. I came from an artistic family.
Yeah.
And so I grew up in the arts. And there's an understanding that you have as an arts and culture enthusiast that others may or may not understand fully.
Or appreciate.
Fully. And I think that is one of the issues that we currently face as creatives in arts and culture.
You're quite right,
Yeah.
And I too have been trained by some of the leading theater people in Trinidad.
Yes.
You know, I mentioned Freddie Kissoon, there's Gene Sewing, there was Ronald Amoruso, a host of directors that I've worked with that helped me hone this skill that I was born with. You know, so that is that is a wonderful thing to be able to continue your work. There is no retirement for theater practitioners.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There, someone said, creatives, theater, art, music, culture, we don't have. There's no 9 to 5
Yep.
when it comes to art and stuff. Even in the media world, there's like no 9 to 5. It's like you're constantly working. There's always something to do. There's always a project. There's always something that needs your attention, your input.
You're
You know,
correct.
and you work so much. You work so hard. I remember the drama guild, you know, doing such contemporary work. I would have seen some of the plays that you guys did. So we'll touch a bit on Best Village. I know that you were involved there.
Yeah.
How did you come to the drama guild? How did you get into?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah,
you know.
I was always curious about that.
Yeah, I came from Toronto on a Canada Council grant, a collaboration grant to hook up with groups and to deal with exchanges. My base is Port of Spain, and I went to the group I was working with then, Malik folk performers. And my father is from Tobago, so I would always be aware that Tobago needed a sort of push somebody to do the work.
Yeah,
you know?
spark.
Well,
Yeah.
I know that Tobago is always strong in dance. I came to Tobago and went to Pembroke, to a Pembroke Heritage Festival. And I left 3/4 through the program. The weather was awful. The discipline was lacking.
Okay.
People were sitting on stage, out of character, directing off stage and stuff like that. For me, it was upsetting. I said I couldn't take no more of this. I'm going. And I walked all the way, all 3 miles back to where my father's house was then.
Right. Was it a bit of a culture shock for you?
It was expected, but not to the degree. You know, it wasn't culture shock because I have brought several plays to Tobago as a member of the National Drama Association of Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
So all the time I would push for Tobago's involvement in our type of theater.
Right.
You know, it's a different style to heritage. It is strong in dance and song, but people understanding the discipline of theater and discipline not meaning that you're wrong and you have to be corrected, but the rules of the game, yeah, and how you approach developing a character and how you study your script and so on, you know. So, yeah, so I was asked not long after that to come and direct for Pembroke. And I did it for 15 or 16 years.
Right.
I'm like that, I don't stop.
Yeah, I know.
You know. Back to the guild and how it was formed.
Yes.
I did light the flambeau, and I think you auditioned for that, and so on. And right after the production, Louis Valère, a stalwart in the development of theater in Tobago.
Yes.
You know, remember Louis?
Yes, I remember Louis.
Yeah. He asked me if I would go up to Signal Hill and assist in the production for a secondary school's drama production that they were doing. And I went there, walked into the classroom where the rehearsal was, and told the director of the play then that Louis Valère asked me to come and assist. What can I do to help?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, anything you want. Well, this is 20-something years after.
Mm-hmm.
We got married.
I love how you splice that in.
we got married.
I love how
and,
you splice it in. Mrs.
and
Babiti, good morning to you.
And we celebrated our 20th anniversary in June.
Oh, wonderful, and
You see?
congratulations.
So out of that production, we were then asked by the House of Assembly to do something called Portraits of Life After School. What happens to children between tertiary and after secondary school?
Right.
What happens? Where do they go? You know? So my dearly beloved wife, Cheryl,
Mm-hmm.
we
he's
got
smiling.
to work.
He's smiling when he says your name. Ooh la la.
Yes. We scripted something called Portraits of Life After School that was on Tobago television for quite some time, and we involved so many people in that production. She had a group, the Sigma Hill Players, and I had my group, Naked Mask Productions, and then we combined, and it became Tobago Drama Guild. And as fate would have it, was missing from it. We want to say that this is not just any guild, but this is the Tobago Drama Guild. And we became the Tobago Drama Guild.
Oh, wow.
A young man, we got the good fortune of being able to host the Tobago Secondary Schools Drama Festival because I felt that it was not fair to have schools leave Tobago to go down to Trinidad to enter a competition. Sometimes they're left at the airport. Sometimes it was chaotic.
Yeah,
in my view, it was not. It was a very uneven playing field.
Yes.
And so, with the help of Annette Alfred, Mrs. Allard from Bishops, and we pushed it. I was looking at television, and the performer that I knew, we performed in Jesus Christ Superstar at Queen's Hall many years ago. I saw on television, and then they said that she was working with Ansa McCall, and she was the public relations or some person who I was saying, what? I called her and tell her that we want to do this, and would you sponsor it? So Ansa McCall became our sponsors for the 15 years that we were there.
Wow.
You know, and then Mohammed Bookstore. So we were well sponsored, and the festival grew from strength to strength. As a matter of fact, most of the practitioners today, and that was, remember, this was before theater arts was on the syllabus, but most of the practitioners from that time are now teaching theater arts or involved in some way in the culture of Tobago and the development of specifically acting in theater.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and what I remember also, I remember you not just teaching so that we know what we're supposed to do and we know what our character is supposed to do and what he or she's supposed to be feeling, but you also brought a holistic type of learning where you had to learn every aspect. If you're on stage and you're not going to be focused on, you're not one of the characters that are focused on, what do you do? Because you're still being seen, and something needs to happen on stage, even if you're not, it's not my time to speak, or it's not my time to interject or anything like that, but I am being seen, so something needs to happen. Where my lighting is and where I should stand. I remember you being very, very, very hands-on. And those are some of the attributes that really, really stayed with me going
Find the light,
forward.
find the heat.
Yeah, you always have to find the light, be aware of your spacing, you know, your imaging. Are you upright? Are you slanted over? Are you tilting to one side? These things.
We once did a production of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And there was a character in that play who had no lines, You know what he was? The play set in a mental asylum. And he just had to be there as he was the basketball net, the basketball post and
Right.
net for the duration of the play.
Okay.
You understand what I
Yes,
mean?
so he's
And he just had to
silent.
be frozen for that, except when the scene changed, he got a break. But he was just like, you know,
Yes, frozen.
and frozen into the net position. And the rest of nuts in the play, Mark Murphy and the rest of them would actually shoot the ball through the hoop. That was his
Yeah.
hand, you know. So that is always an example of how focused we must be, how much rehearsal it will take for something as simple as that, to just stand there, you know.
Yeah.
And that is really, really, really a good thing. And later on in Tobago, not too long ago, there were these live statues, living statues that the Guild participated in for an Emancipation Day celebration. And we lined, and there were different posts where these characters were just there. Nobody knew if it was alive or the statues were there, and people would come and do all that, trying to shake them up, and you know.
Yeah, that's
So,
good stuff.
Yeah. When we speak of discipline in theater, like I was saying earlier, theater has its own discipline, and it is one of the strictest. And I was told early in the game that in London, when the big band goes, the curtain falls, the curtain opens. You understand what I'm saying?
So you better
so
be
that
ready.
people, the timing is all the time.
Yeah.
Very important. If you advertise 8 o'clock, it must be 8 o'clock. It can't be a minute past 8. Yeah, and when my first production with the Heritage Committee was years ago, I was ready to go. They asked me to think I was ready to go. And then they said, no, you have to wait on the chief secretary. You cannot start. I said, but the chief secretary should be here setting the example. You know? And 10 minutes went, 20 minutes went. And I said, but where is the heavy roller? He was the chief secretary then. And I was corrected. Chief secretary, don't say heavy roller.
Okay.
I said, okay, but where is the chief secretary who should be setting the example? You imagine somebody leaving Charlottesville early to get a seat, and then 1 hour after the show is supposed to start, the curtain is yet to open. The play is yet. No. We don't do that. If we say 8 o'clock, we begin the play 8 o'clock. We wait on no one. If there are 3 people in the audience, we come out and we sing the national anthem, and the play begins.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are some of the things that I'm hoping that would improve in our attempt to bring genuine theater to the stage in Tobago. We now have an appropriate theater, because TAPA, as I like to call it, the Tobago space for the theater, is really a wonderful thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's really a wonderful thing for us to have, and it is really a wonderful place to train our youth, and not just the people who have been selected, but for schools to come and have their concerts and have so that the children will grow used to the big stage, as it were.
Yes,
you know?
and not just growing, getting used to the big stage, but in terms of representing well.
Yep.
Representing professionally, so that you can stand up to the larger countries and the larger actors.
You're so correct.
Yeah, that's what we should be moving towards.
I think we are moving in that direction.
Yes.
With the group the dancers, singers, the best of the crop.
Yes.
They form themselves into a wonderful group of people, a wonderful group of thespians, and we will grow from there.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
indeed.
I saw some work that you did with the Tobago Performing Arts Company. There are some really emotional, thought-provoking, riveting, you name it, you take us all over the spectrum. It's never one type of emotion when Thabiti is involved in any type of production. In terms of our youngsters, do you see more of our youngsters gravitating to theater arts?
That's a solid question. The youngsters will gravitate and then they will be discouraged. They will be discouraged by, and we're saying theater arts is a subject on the syllabus. And that teachers from other programs, math, English, or whatever, will discourage some of these children from doing theater. Where you're going to go with that? If you get a certificate in theater, what you're going to do with it, you know? And they really sort of defeat the purpose. And this is theater arts on the syllabus didn't happen overnight.
Yeah,
a lot of us petitioned and fought for a long time to get theater arts on the syllabus. And then to have other teachers trying to destroy that, it's a silly thing. Because fortunately, when you get to the university with the thing, you understand the disciplines, you understand Howard Gardner, and you study that every single person has a different learning ability.
There you go.
You
Very
know?
true.
So that, and theater has assisted so many of my students. So many of my students are now degreed with the first degree in theater.
Yeah.
You know, and they are employed in culture and in the arts.
Yes.
And that is a really wonderful example of how useful training all of the students.
Yes, definitely.
The use of and how to use theater in other subject areas. Let us play shop. I give you $10, see how much you can get, and I will teach them math. Never mind literature and English and geography. Could you imagine going to a class or having a class and you asking, name the continents? And somebody would say Guyana.
Yeah.
Theater will change that.
Definitely.
You ask about our historians. They don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about big names. Do you know who is Derek Walcott? No.
No, they don't. Yeah.
You know? And then to have received, as a Caribbean person, a Nobel Prize for literature, and you are still unknown in the school system, is horrible.
Yes.
You know? This year we have embarked on with some youths at Bonaccord School, the Bonaccord School, for the summer. So we are in a program with them, and there's an opportunity again to coach the next generation.
Right.
You know, and the children are enthused.
Yeah.
To go right back to the children want to do it. How long they would be able to stay with it is not really important. The important thing is to get the basics in.
Definitely.
When to talk, when to listen, when to read, when to shut up. You know, and that is the kind of discipline that the theater requires. You know, if you are a dancer and dialogue is happening on the stage, you got to shut up.
Yes.
Or as I tell them, just walk right out of the gate Go to the corner, have your talk, and come back.
Yeah. That is the thing. It brings me back to the point where I was speaking on holistic learning.
Yeah.
You just spoke about, giving an example of going to the shop. But you're teaching math. You're also teaching geography. You're also teaching retainers because you have to remember what am I going to get? My mom gave me $10, but what am I going to get? And
Yeah.
then your mind keeps buzzing. And this is one of the things that I realized from a very early age, being in arts and culture, being involved in arts and culture. We're getting ready to wrap, but before we do that, I just wanted to really ask the question, the narrative with regards to theater arts, with regards to arts and culture, do you see it changing positively? Are more of our policymakers and influencers getting involved and really charting the course for theater arts?
Ah, that's a good one.
How do you feel about it?
I am not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I am not.
I'm not
I am
either.
Not, I am
which is
not
why-
sure because you apply for a grant to assist in some project that will move the children forward. This is all about youth.
Yes, it
This
is.
is all about training our youth and giving them positive things to deal with, and the funding would not come.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Two, if the economy is in a kind of crunch, the first thing that goes is grants to cultural groups.
Mm-hmm.
I said it recently. There's a place in St. Anne's. It used to be the St. Anne's Community Center. But when we traveled from Tobago to Trinidad, that used to be a really wonderful place for accommodation, for groups and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
The politics changed, and that venue was taken away because it was a different political party.
Mm-hmm.
And when we passed through there sometime after, it became a graveyard for computers from all the ministries. And when they would change it,
Wow.
they just dumped them there.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that is really a pitiful
Mm-hmm.
thing,
It's tragic even.
And that was before Napa and Sapa and these wonderful theaters that have been built,
Mm-hmm. So what do you have to say to our viewers this morning? If you can leave a positive message, what would that be?
Encourage your children, the people around you to read, to participate in cultural activities, to become so much in love with your country that you would not flinch or hesitate from supporting the arts. When all goes, the arts will remain to record our history. Look at all the paintings, listen to all the stories, look at our locally made movies, never mind the plays, and our music and everything else is a record of our history.
Yes, it is.
By Calypso, our stories are told. And that was original. We didn't make that up. There was a tongue crier,
The Shantwell.
the Chantwell, and it was very verbal before it became written.
Yes. Yes.
It was verbal and movement. So, yes, my advice to parents in particular is that you encourage your children to learn to play a musical instrument, to learn to recite a poem, to read, buy newspapers and have them in the home and encourage them to read. My partner read the entire dictionary because her mother insisted.
Yes.
Learn every word in the dictionary, and I
Yes.
thought it was a joke, but it is serious.
It's a
Serious.
serious thing.
Now we can Google for any information we want,
Yeah. Times
but you have to be
changed,
smart enough
but
to know
you-
whether or not the information is correct. So unless you do your own research, you have something to compare.
Definitely.
Before I go, just one quick thing. The steel band. Everybody want to know the steel band start. Who was the person responsible for the steel band? For the invention of the steel band? How did it start? Do you know? Can you remember?
I can't remember his name. I know it
Winston
was
Spees Simon.
Out of Laventille.
Winston Spees Simon was the one given credit for it. So I'm sitting in the auditorium of a show that one of my friends mounted in Toronto, and the MC came on and mentioned in one of her breaks, this is how the steel band started. On a Carnival Monday, a Juve morning in San Fernando, somebody threw a bottle and it went ping-a-ling-a-ling. And so the steel band began. So I had enough information regarding Spain, regarding the formation of the steel band to jump up. I didn't even ask. I just jumped up and asked and shouted, where did you get that information?
Yes. And on that
And we had
note,
a twin. I want to come to the end of it.
Yeah.
Because the producer of the show met me 3 days after with a book with that story in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stop there.
Yes. And there you have it. History, that's what you get with the BT. You get a history, you get so much knowledge. Unfortunately, we are out of time. So we are going to take a break. We are going to be right back. Mia Passad joins us. She is the president of the Agricultural Society. She joins us next on Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Jimmy's Holiday Resorts has 1, 2, and 3 bedroom fully self-contained apartments located at the heart of Crown Point. Minutes walk to the popular beaches, restaurants, bars, and the airport. Enjoy our amazing amenities such as fully equipped apartments, complete with Wi-Fi, AC, TV, and a pool, and a mini-mart on the compound. Call 639-8292 or 8929. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts is your family's home away from home.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago. October will never be better. With Tobago, carnival fever. Okay, passage and come on over.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Are you flood ready? Recycle and properly dispose of large waste. Avoid sweeping yard clippings or trash into drains. Plant trees to avoid soil erosion. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
If you see or know about a crime, report a crime safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. You can play your part safely and anonymously. Report a crime. Earn a reward. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. Be a hero. Champion. Fearless citizen. Be a crime stopper safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime.
We are back with Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. I told you quite a lot is happening today. Now, we just spoke on art and culture, life diaries segment, and now it is time for our agro corner for those of you who are joining us for the first time. And there's so much. If you're seeing this lovely contraption on my table here, you know we're going to be talking a bit about bees. Yes. I was actually sitting and holding my breath, but I was assured that they are tucked in and secured very safely. Now, my next guest speaks very candidly to this subject. The president of the Tobago Apicultural?
That's right.
Did I say it correctly?
That's correct.
Apicultural Society, and that is Mrs. Mia Prasad Douglas. Mia Prasad Douglas. And we're going to talk with Mia. We're going to have a conversation because I'm really curious to what goes on with the bees. I always have been. And so we're going to talk just a bit about that. So Mia, thank you so much.
My pleasure to be here.
For gracing us on Brunch. You look so bright and sparkly and shiny.
Thank you.
You know, it's a wonderful day in Tobago, and
yes, it is.
We have good weather.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're thankful for that. So tell me about your involvement. Let's start with your involvement in agriculture first, and then we can talk about my lovely honey making friends.
Yes.
On the table here.
Sure.
So let's start with that.
So my involvement in agriculture actually started while I was working in the hospitality sector, because I was involved with a small eco-resort that grew our own food to produce for our restaurant. So all our vegetables and fruits and so would be from our little organic garden.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got involved in beekeeping because my interest was piqued. We had a wild hive take up residence in one of our buildings, and we had to have some beekeepers come in and remove it because, of course, we didn't want to kill the bees. And that kind of, like I said, piqued my interest because I realized this was a good environment for them. Obviously, there was enough, food and around for them to feel like it was a good place to settle. And I was able, through the Tobago Good Foods Project, to acquire a couple colonies, and that's how I started in beekeeping, and that was probably 2014. So I've been involved in beekeeping since then, and bees are endlessly fascinating. So I kind of come at it from an agricultural, ecological standpoint. So bees fill a very important environmental niche for us, and as humans, apart from being pollinators, bees are the only pollinators whose food we can eat.
Definitely.
And so, and honey is more than just a food. It's also a functional food, which means it has much more value to us than just the calories that it gives us. It also has, so many micronutrients, and there are other products of the hive that are very nutritious and helpful for us as well. So bees are so important, as are all our pollinators. So I hope we'll get the opportunity to chat a little bit about how that happens, and just educate your public a little bit about how important they are.
Yeah, and we definitely want to educate the public. For those of you guys watching, a lot of things we take for granted. We love getting the honey, and because let me tell you something, when you have a cold, that honey, the best thing you can use for a cold, cough, anything is honey. You must have that humectant factor that honey provides. But what is the process of making honey? Like I always wanted to find out, like, how do they do it? How is it done?
It is the most amazing process.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you've ever, as a child, pulled out the little center stem from inside an Ixora and licked off the nectar from the bottom, you know that the nectar is a clear, very watery substance that's slightly sweet.
Yes, it has a sweet taste.
And this is what the bees collect. They go from flower to flower and they collect that nectar and store it. And they bring that back to the colony. Now, you see how different that is in consistency from what we call honey. So they actually would bring that nectar back into the colony, and they basically evaporate all the moisture out of it until it reaches a moisture content of about 20% odd. It varies slightly depending on the season and what type of nectars there are and all that, those kinds of things, but generally about 20%. So they're removing like most of the moisture out of that liquid. And when it's ripe and it's stable, they cap it with beeswax capping and it's sealed. So that's their canning preservation process for their own food stores. So honey represents their carbohydrate source for the bees' diet. And then they also collect pollen, and the pollen is their protein source. So it's their food. So we are really robbing the bees, if you will, right? So we take some of their food, their excess that they grow, the same way that farmers will tell you they plant for them and the birds, or them and the agouti, or whatever, parts of the environment. We become a part of the environment. We are a part of the environment. And so we should always remember that the bees is the honey is the bees' food first, and that as beekeepers we always would leave sufficient for the bees to continue. And that minimizes your need to feed during the off season, or what we call the dearth as beekeepers, when there's not enough forage, when the rain is falling very heavily and flowers are beat off of trees and it's too wet for them to fly, that they have sufficient stores to carry them through and for the colony to continue.
Yes, the continuity is so important.
And it's another interesting bit about beekeeping, right? I mean, most types of animal husbandry, when you raise a crop of, let's say, chickens, when you're done raising the chickens, you kill them and you start over with new chicks. Whereas with bees, you don't do that. Your bees can stay with you, a single colony, for many years. The queen may change, but it's the same colony that remains in that box that you manage. And the crop of honey is, you take it out and you just go again. So there's that continuity with your bees, and you kind of develop. I think a lot of beekeepers will have a discussion with you whether their bees know them or not. But we feel like we have a relationship with our bees.
Yeah, and that's so important. I think we take so much for granted. We take that bond that we should have with nature, that we should have
Absolutely.
with the flora and the fauna, and the persons who talk to their plants, who talk to trees, talk to animals, and others may look at it as being, oh no, you kind of off, you're kind of crazy. But I mean, it's something that is supposed to be a natural element of
Absolutely.
life. Yeah.
We're part of that environment. And I mean, there's an old tradition that's hundreds and sometimes thousands of, some people would say thousands of years old, called telling the bees, where you actually talk to your bees and you tell them, you know, all the important things that are happening in your space, in your
Yeah,
environment. And
definitely.
you know, you kind of, it's the same way people talk to their plants and they feel that calm. The bees and the hum of the bees as you work with them can be a very soothing thing. I know a lot of people think about bees and they're like, oh, bees, you know, they sting. It gives you a real connection, I think, to the environment, because when you're a beekeeper, you not only pay attention to when you pay attention to what's happening with your bees, you're looking to see, you know, what's flowering for them to be feeding on, what's in what kinds of color of pollen you see them bringing into the colony, and you're looking around for where that source is, so that you kind of really feel that connection. Something is flowering and you're like, my bees are on that, you know. And I think it's important as well for us to recognize that farmers play a very important role in what happens to our bees, because a lot of our farmers still spray, and we have a lot of losses in beekeeping because the bees would go to those plants and pollinate, but then they come back and they share that poison with the colony, and it will kill your colony, and it will take them several days to die. So it's very disappointing as a beekeeper. It's kind of heartbreaking to come, you know, to your colony and see all your bees dead on the ground.
Yeah. And you know, another thing I wanted to touch on, we're going to touch on a bit on pollination. It has always been very fascinating, the whole process. But we're going to take a break and we're going to be right back. Before we do that, guys, our trivia question. This one should be easy. I think you guys could get this one. Which popular Tobago beach was voted as one of the best beaches in the Caribbean many times? Many times. Which popular Tobago beach was voted one of the best beaches in the Caribbean many times? Get to typing, and we will be right back. We're going to come back with Mia. She's going to talk to us about pollination. You guys don't want to miss this. We'll be back with Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. See you soon.
Excel Spa by Haley, where our highly trained staff are ready to deliver the top-class services in facial, massages, waxing, nail enhancement, and body treatment. We are ideally located at Coco Avenue, Switzerland, Tobago. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TripAdvisor, or you can call us on 730-0149. Excel Spa by Haley. Relax, renew, and rejuvenate.
Good morning. Put a smile on your...
Our national borders, our first step to security, but a possible access point for guns, drugs, crime. If it does not look right, do the right thing. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously. 800-8477. Report possible border crime.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry if sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry if times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Never ever worry, don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry if your nice car get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Tatil, where people are.
Inner Health, number 13B Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago. With over 25 years experience offering services in and not limited to microscopic blood analysis, reflexology, and the sale of a wide range of organic herbal products used to supplement thyroid, lymphatic, heart, kidney, and brain health, and the male and female reproductive systems. Come and chat with us. Remember, your health is your wealth.
From the experts that created the Zinger sandwich comes the KFC Crispy Barbecue Zinger.
The only one I see is you.
Cheddar cheese, crispy onions, the most delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken, and barbecue sauce. Get ready for a whole new level of flavor.
Right now, Tobagonians are just currying down to Bonaccord, right in Stobie Local Road. You know why? To come down and shop at Authentic Builders General Hardware, the only hardware store in Tobago that is giving you guys Trinidad prices. So for instance, such as steel, half-inch and 5/8, $7,895. 5/8 construction ply for $260. Every single thing that you will need to do your home renovation or start your new construction, we have it right here. And to get your quotation, it's very easy. Just WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will do your free WhatsApp quotation for you.
We are back with Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Oh my word. Agriculture, apiculture. I learned something new today. I always wondered what that process of beekeeping, what was the correct term, and I learned it today. And so Mia is here, and while we went on break, we were talking about the sources of where we get our honey. Some of the sources may or may not give you or represent authentic honey making practices. And we were just alluding to the fact that there are some places that use sugar or some sort of syrup, or just tell our viewers, let's touch on that, because there are concerns that we don't get authentic honey.
I think it's a growing problem. Whereas our beekeeping laws are supposed to protect us from imported products, so that what we produce in Trinidad and Tobago is all that is sold, and it's really to protect our consumers and the health of the bees, so that diseases don't spread from other areas. We are very fortunate in Trinidad and Tobago that we don't have a lot of bee diseases. There's some really nasty ones out there, American and European foul brood in particular, where you have to completely destroy hives, burn bees,
right?
All your equipment, everything, and start over from scratch. And those are things that we would really like to make sure don't enter our space. So the laws are really designed to protect us from those diseases entering, but it's also to protect our consumers, because there is a tremendous amount of food fraud that centers around honey. Honey is actually the third most adulterated food in the world. it's right behind olive oil. You know, so they will tell you, oh yes, it's olive oil and it's virgin and it's this and it's extra virgin and it's, you know, pressed in Italy and all these kinds of things, and it's not. The similar things are happening with our honey. So people will say, oh yes, this is honey, but it's actually, you know, caramel syrup with a little bit of honey mixed in, or a little bit of pollen mixed in to fool some of the tests. And at the end of the day, it's because as I was saying, we have so many people that actually who use honey not just as a food but as a medicine.
Yes.
People use it diabetics use it as their preferred source of sugar source, and a whole host of other things. People put it in their eyes and all of these things.
Yeah.
How does this artificial product masking as honey affect people's health?
Yes.
So it's a public health issue as well, because you're selling something that's labeled as one thing. There's actually something completely different. And, you know, I mean, honey there's a definition. It's a naturally sweet product that is dehydrated by bees in the comb, and it's capped and ripe, and it's removed by the beekeeper at that point.
Definitely.
But there are a number of things that are winding up on our shelves that don't meet that definition. So we really have to be very careful, and the best way to do that is to know who your beekeeper is. If you have somebody, we have about, say, 4 dozen to 50 beekeepers on the island, and every village in Tobago has at least one beekeeper.
Yes.
So I think it's important that consumers know who their beekeeper is and where they're getting their honey from. And you know, not every roadside market stall that sells something in a bottle that's labeled as honey is actually honey.
It's actually that.
Yeah.
So we have to be a bit more vigilant, and we have to be on the lookout.
Yes,
in terms
and
of
I think
what
it's actually going to be harder for consumers going forward, because we have some legislative changes that are coming that are going to open the market, and whereas now what's coming in is primarily, you know, Venezuelan, South American product, which again, you know, you're not sure of the source, you're not sure of what the origin is. But when that opens up to more places, the opportunity for fraud is much greater. And so to know that you're getting 100% pure local honey, you know your beekeeper.
Yeah.
And that's really very important.
Definitely. And you know, also it brings me back to I remember one of my teachers saying to us in science class, he said, you guys, you feel that you're so important that the ecosystem does not need you.
Absolutely.
And we were like, but sir, you know, teenagers, and you're ready to rile up.
Because we are the most important thing.
Yeah, so we want to rile up. And he was like, no, we love seeing ourselves at the top of the food chain there, but the ecosystem navigates and regulates and moves and does its mechanics without us.
Well,
we just take.
The system is created for us to steward, not really for us to interfere in and to be in charge of. You know, we are intended to be good stewards of, you know, what has been created. And the system, like you said, it operates perfectly by itself. It's really
without us.
Very well designed. Bees are an amazing pollination, collection, and delivery system. So if you look at their anatomy, it's so perfectly designed to collect pollen and to collect nectar. You know, worker bees actually have a separate pouch that they use to store nectar. It's not held in their regular stomachs. It's not the same honey that they consume. They don't drink nectar and feed off of that. They actually have a separate pouch. I mean, it's called a honey stomach, but it's not really accurate because what they're storing is nectar. And then they have little baskets on their legs to store the pollen in.
Right.
And that's what they're designed to do. It's quite amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
And, you know, they have 2 pairs of wings, and the wings are not just for flight, but they're also to help to cool the hive and to dehydrate the honey, the nectar into honey in the colony.
Yeah.
So bees don't need us. We need bees.
Don't.
And it's one of the really important things, one of the important messages that as beekeepers, we continue to share. Because especially for farmers, pollination is one of those things. Effective pollination is one of those things that's going to increase your yield and give you better fruits.
Definitely.
And so it's important that all our farmers know that bees and other pollinators are your friends, and you don't poison your friend when you invite a friend home for a drink. You don't put something in it that's going to make them sick or kill them.
Definitely.
We need to be good hosts. And I think that's a really important message for our farmers as well.
Definitely. And we're getting ready to wrap, but just before we do, the question on pollination, the importance of pollination with regards to the bees and what they do. Just recap for our viewers how important the actual process of pollination is.
Well, I mean, pollination is how plants reproduce. So all our fruits, our vegetables, our flowers, all of those things, many of them, particularly our foods, need insect pollination in order to produce fruit. So the flower basically turns into the fruit. So you'll see the mangoes and the flowers and the spray, and then you'll see them gradually start to thicken into little pea-sized fruits and grow and grow and grow and grow until you iron that mango and you're timing it to get it before the bird gets it.
Yeah.
But that process starts with a pollinator.
Definitely.
That visits that flower, collects nectar and pollen, and moves with it to another flower. And that's true of all our fruits, our vegetables, you name your favorite fruit or vegetable, and it's probably pollinated by a bee or another type of insect.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I mean, the more effective, the more pollinators you have around, the better your yield is going to be, and the better quality that yield is going to give you.
Definitely. And there you heard it, folks. Bianca. Oh, what a joy to have her here and really impart some knowledge, some much needed knowledge that we desperately wanted to really be a part of today on Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. So we're wrapping this segment. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
We definitely want to have you back so we can talk some more. This
Absolutely,
was really
anytime.
interesting, and I found out so many things that I did not know before, as I'm sure the viewers have. So we're going to wrap. We're going to be right back. Let me just repeat that trivia question again now. Yeah, trivia question. Which popular Tobago beach was voted as one of the best beaches in the Caribbean many times? You'll get to typing. This should be easy. This should be an easy one.
You think so? I think we have so many beaches that could qualify.
Yeah.
We've had more than one win, yeah?
Yeah, but the one that was voted the most, I'm thinking. And so it takes me to a place. I wouldn't go there. Let's go for a break. And we'll be right back with more Brunch, A Taste of Tobago.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Meals, medication, groceries, and shopping, all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax, we will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Are you flood ready? Review and update insurance coverage. Install floodgates and barriers. Create a family flood plan. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
Mamai Lakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamai Lakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts has 1, 2 and 3 bedroom fully self-contained apartments located at the heart of Crown Point. Minutes walk to the popular beaches, restaurants, bars and the airport. Enjoy our amazing amenities such as fully equipped apartments complete with Wi-Fi, AC, TV and a pool and a mini-mart on the compound. Call 639-8292 or 8929. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts is your family's home away from home.
It's a different type of thing down there. Man, we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
October will never be better. With Tobago, carnival fever. Okay, passage and come on over.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Are you flood ready? Recycle and properly dispose of large waste. Avoid sweeping yard clippings or trash into drains. Plant trees to avoid soil erosion. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. Tatil, where people are people.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
If you see or know about a crime, report a crime safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. You can play your part safely and anonymously. Report a crime. Earn a reward. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. Be a hero. Champion. Fearless citizen. Be a crime stopper safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime.
Excel Spa by Haley, where our highly trained staff are ready to deliver the top-class services in facial massages, waxing, nail enhancement, and body treatment. We are ideally located at Coco Avenue, Switzerland, Tobago. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TripAdvisor, or you can call us on 730-0149. Excel Spa by Haley. Relax, renew, and rejuvenate.
Good morning, good morning, put a smile on your...
Our national borders, our first step to security, but a possible access point for guns, drugs, crime. If it does not look right, do the right thing. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously. 800-8477. Report possible border crime.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. If sickness catch you off guard, I tell them never ever worry. If times fall on you real hard, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you. Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Mariah old-time wedding. Now, usually we speak about the old-time wedding, we speak of aspects of the old-time wedding, but how many of us have actually spoken to the actual bride and groom? My viewers, my kings and queens, please welcome our bride and groom for 2023, Miss Bianca Marcel and Mr. Derek Hamilton. Good morning to you guys. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm sitting with royalty. I had to stand to usher you guys in. It was so amazing, that footwork and your lovely dress with all the frills and the pearls and the earrings. And Derek, dapper as usual. Scissor steel coat, white pants, shiny black shoes. If you all are watching, those shoes were shiny, 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 shiny. Tell me how you guys are feeling. How do you feel coming out of the Heritage Festival? Crystal, I'll go with you first.
Bianca.
Bianca. Oh, Crystal. I keep saying Crystal. Crystal Sargent, good morning to you. You came to my mind, so I kept calling your name. Good morning. Yes, Bianca.
At first experience was a bit nervous. I was really nervous. I custom dancing with them, so practice and thing will be normal. But on the day itself, when I saw the crowd and the camera, I started to feel a bit nervous. But after that part was completed, and then I went to the road, all nervousness went out the door, and I had a ball. It was nice.
But were you accustomed performing with Mariah Heritage
as
performers?
Yes.
Okay, but always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
First time being the bride.
So this was your first year being a bride. Derek, tell me about you. How did you feel?
Yeah, I feel excellent. I feel great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I always a groomsman. This is the first time I've been a
groom.
Yeah.
So also it's the same thing.
The same thing.
Always
been around the old
part
time wedding.
of the party, but not the groom and the
For
bride.
the first time for me and Bianca.
So how long have you been a part of the
basically
old-time wedding?
It's 5 years actually. I ain't counting the pandemic. 2 years, minus. So 5 years. But prior to that, I always been around the old-time wedding. I was a dresser.
Yeah.
You know, when the old time, always, fascinated by how the guys dress. And it remind me of myself. And I had 1 or 2 guys who part of the old time wedding. Tell me that if you want to be part of the old time wedding, you have to come and dance. I always wanted to be the groom. You see, I had to come and dance one time because you have men waiting on that spot. You can't just come in just so. And get the groom. So I dance around. One thing I was chose.
Yeah. Oh, it's a hot spot.
I was chosen. That basically it. That's how it is. You can say you want to be the groom, you know. Yeah, the bride to be able to choose you.
Okay.
And then also you got to accept. I did accept, and it's a beautiful thing, you know. So here we are today.
Yeah. Oh
my, Bianca look lovely.
So Bianca, you chose him?
Yes, I did.
It's a beautiful thing. When I saw Bianca like a week ago, in the old time when actually, I thought it was a real wedding.
Yeah.
You come in there, you looking back, but they say, here comes the bride. You know, the groom sitting in the church waiting on the bride.
Yeah.
So I take a glimpse in the back when I see Bianca, she had the veil on. I said, she look gorgeous.
Yes, amazing. Yeah. And seeing her walking in and ushering in is the true wedding feeling. All the butterflies in the stomach there, as if it's a real wedding. So Bianca, how did you feel walking down the aisle?
I thought I was nervous.
Yes.
Yeah, I was shaking a bit. But after a while, you know, you get into it. It was normal after a while. But as I came out the can, I saw those cameras and the amount of people outside. I just started to panic. But after all, it turned out to be really, really nice. The experience was nice.
How was it with rehearsals? Did you guys have?
We had practices.
Practices
were good. It was normal because you know we are accustomed dancing with them forever, how many years. So it was that part of it was really normal. For me, it was calming and normal.
Okay. And Derek, how was rehearsals?
It was good for me. Most of the times I first in the rehearsal. Because I love these things. I grew actually I grew for these things, you know, like camera action. I love these things. That's how I stay. So I always on time in practice do what I do, make sure everybody come and do what I do. But first, when I go to practice, I always had to make sure that they right there because we had to do a special dance called the Castellan. So you know, the first time the bride was doing the dance. I did it already because I was part of it already doing the dances.
Right.
Yeah, special dance and whatnot.
So this was her first time.
Yeah, so she told me she didn't know it's a ballroom dancing.
Yeah.
In spite the folk dancing that goes on in Mariah. You have one or two ballroom dancing, the passe and the Castilian.
All right, just tell me again. So it's the Castilian, and what's the name of the other dance?
The ballroom passe.
Yeah, passe.
Passe, that's a ballroom dance.
Okay,
But the other dance, the folk dance is called heel and toe, marico, grand change. Well, the grand change is the final dance.
Right.
Yeah, the quadrille. Well, normally in Broad Road they perform the heel and toe, but this year the dance tutor Shamika, yeah, she changed it a bit, and by the reception they did the heel and toe, which was good. I changed sometimes. I changed a bit for the better, be for the best as well.
And
So
it added some flavor.
yes,
some
yeah,
spice to
for
it.
real.
This is Shamika Dinoon.
Shamika, what's Shamika title? Proctor. Shamika Proctor. She's a dance tutor.
So good morning to Shamika.
Shamika, shout out.
Thank you for your lovely dance and choreography. So the bride and groom were just speaking about you, so I thought I should shout you out. So Shamika Proctor, if you're watching, blessed morning to you from all of us here at Brunch, a taste of Tobago. So guys, tell me about getting preparing for the actual event. Now you had the rehearsals.
Yeah.
That was cool. You knew everybody there. You're accustomed dancing with everyone. And then the day comes and you have to prepare yourselves. Crystal, I'll start with you. What was Why do I keep saying Crystal, boy? Bianca.
Crystal is a good friend. So
I keep saying Crystal today. Bianca, my apologies.
Well, for me, I didn't dress at home. You had to dress somewhere else because I live right opposite the church. So it would have been just to see the bride cross the road. So I had to dress by my friend. And then the driver came and picked me up from there. Then we went to the church where we was waiting for the father giver, my father giver. Then I think the driver drove up to the church. Then, I came out. But the morning of that, I was at the center helping them prepping with the peeling of the provisions and so to go down the road. Before that, I had to go to the seamstress to collect my dress. So that is basically how the day went for me. I'm not sure what Derek did.
So you weren't stressed? Nobody stressed you out and that sort of thing?
I was quite normal. I was a bit tired.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. But other than that, it was normal.
Okay. And Derek?
Yeah,
my
preparation was basically easy for me. Yeah, I got up in the morning. I thank God for sparing my life, organize myself, and I went to Mariah early because I collect a hat. I didn't collect it the Friday night, which is the bachelor night.
Yeah.
So I already dressed. The only thing I didn't put on was the tailcoat.
Right.
Right, and I collect the hat, and I went to proceed to the Mariah Recreation Ground to be received by the mother giver.
All right.
And she had to escort me to the church.
So you guys were first in church because I know you like to be.
Yeah, well, yeah. Obviously, the groom had to be before the bride.
That's what he said.
Yes. So I was waiting. Yeah.
So you would make sure you were
I was
there
waiting. Yeah, I saw the bride came in all white, looking lovely as today. Yeah, for real. Yeah, it was good. I mean, it's just basically a reenactment how they used to do it back in the days. We ancestors, where they used to go a long time when cars was in non-existence. So from the church hall, you walk on the street and things. You know, guys carry their umbrella to shade from the sun. You go to various places, cake and wine, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eat and all that, and have a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So coming up, because you guys would have been performing with Mariah Heritage Performance for a while now.
Yes.
Coming up in the ranks, performing for the old time wedding. Were you schooled or did you have sessions where you were taught about the significance of all the things that you're doing? You know, the cold pots and what that is for, and the breadfruit and stuff like that. Did you all have sessions where you were schooled on those things?
Early up here had session, to know the significance with each one, we symbolize.
Yeah, because I mean, knowing what these things, the importance of them and knowing what they mean, you're better able to portray your characters, would you say?
Yeah, the
Because you know the
characters.
history
Yeah.
and you know what this means, the
Yeah.
significance of the Mariah Old Time Wedding. Yeah. What do you tell me your thoughts on the bachelor? You said you went to
The bachelor night, the
Yeah,
Friday.
what was that?
It was like a pork supper. We used normally call it pork tea. Yeah, we had drinks and whatnot. You know, we just
Cutting up the cake and all
yeah,
these
cutting
things
out the
happen on
cake
that
as well too, and you wrap it for the grand day, the
Right.
grand wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard about the pork tea.
Yeah.
Never tried it.
yeah,
What
pork.
is- what-
It's
what
like a
is it
soup, you know, like a soup made with pork.
Right.
But some
okay.
people just call it pork tea. It tastes really good.
Okay.
Yeah, last year actually missed it because I had to go back home within a certain time.
Okay.
So this year I stayed and taste it, and it tastes. It was magically delicious. So I had to big up the chef Dean and whoever put it together. Tastes really good.
So Chef Dane, good
Dane,
morning.
yeah.
And Derek said that the pork tea was magically delicious. I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna put that on a t-shirt and make a logo. Magically
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah. It was good.
So guys, tell me about when you actually get to the church and you see the minister. I mean, it kind of just like hits home that, oh my gosh, this is really happening and this is real and it's like camera action. So the nerves. Well, Derek, you
Yeah, it was very like basically second nature to me. Right? The waiting. Yeah, accustomed. Yeah.
Bianca, this was her first time in the spotlight, so I could imagine the nerves and the butterflies and all that. Who played the roles of Mother Giver?
Mother Giver is Miss Enol, Miss Enol, and the father giver Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Miss Enol and Ryan, good morning to you also. I have to make mention of everyone who makes the production possible. I can't just speak on one person. So that's why you see me turning and I keep talking to certain people as the names are called. I'm gonna do like a little brief shout outs. Yeah. So Miss Enol and Ryan. Ryan. Yes. Mother and
Father giver.
Father. Yes.
Giver.
So when you get to the church, like I said, lights, camera, action. The priest is there.
Yeah.
You all are doing. He's reading, doing your vows and that sort of thing. Do you feel like it's like you're really getting married for the first time? Did that feeling
Yes,
come over you?
Yeah.
And what happened? What was the facial expression? Did we smile?
I
Did we
did.
close our
Smile.
eyes? What did we do?
I didn't close my eye, but I was smiling a lot.
Yeah. Because it felt so
real.
So real.
Yeah, for real.
Although it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I smile a lot too.
Yeah. Derek said he smiled a lot.
Yeah, I
but
smile a lot,
he smiled because you pick him and all.
Yeah,
why he smiled.
I was grateful for that too,
Yeah.
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 So everything let's work according to God's plan.
And what about the village Mako? Was she there in all
She
of
was
her
she was wonderful. She was wonderful.
glory?
Yeah.
Always causing confusion.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
right there.
Nice.
She was right there.
Yeah.
The comments,
Comments.
and talking about
Yeah, the bride and the
her
groom.
family
And
the groom and if this one borrows she shoes.
Yeah.
And, oh my.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my aunt one day, and she lived in Mariah for a number of years, and she was telling us, my sister and I, she was telling us the Mako that is actually true. That actually
Used to
happened.
happen.
For those weddings, there was always a village woman there
Yeah.
who was not invited, and throwing some kind of shade
Yeah.
because she wasn't invited and felt that she
should have been.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was left out.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
actually something that, oh my, what was that like? Listening to the comments and
We laughed. I laughed.
funny.
It was funny. Yeah, it was basically
funny.
humorous.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Some of the things she was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
there trying not to laugh
And then
because, oh gosh, I can't laugh. I have to stay in
yeah,
character.
for real.
So
And this
go ahead.
yeah, and this year the Mariah Old Time Wedding had a twist. It had twist. We had a second bride.
Oh,
a second bride.
Tell me a little bit about that.
A lot of drama. I chose the bride in the church hall. That's Bianca. Yeah, so she was crying. Well, especially when we exchanged vow and we came out from the church, we started dancing on the street. She started pulling my tailcoat, but I couldn't really talk to her. I had to shun straight away because I already chose Bianca on the street. Exactly. So, you know, she was dropping little picong here and there, you know. It was like, he was good. He was a chiller. You know, normally how the wedding used to be over the years, the groom go to the church, wait on the bride. So this year, we just threw that in and see how we work, and it worked well. So I had to shout out Crystal, Solomon, Tasha Frank, you know, script writers, you know, they did an excellent job.
Yes.
For real.
So you guys see, you are receiving the accolades. Your bride and groom are mentioning you because of the important role that you guys played. So I don't even have to do much because they're doing their own shout outs.
For real.
Yeah. So after the church, after the ceremony, what happens with you guys? This is when you start dancing? This is when you
We're dancing on the street.
Yes, your street
And
dance.
we proceed to the center where we normally practice for receive the cake and wine.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is the bridal party as well?
Yeah, everybody, everybody,
Right.
and
You
from
have some beautiful
footage, like the pastor.
Who played the pastor at church? Just remind me of his
Spanish.
name. I know they call him Spanish.
He's Spanish. Spanish,
can't
I know his actual name, but what he is.
Actor. Good morning to you, sir. So this is the dance.
Yeah. The breakaway or real dance. Yeah.
This is Bianca here, and she's sitting here so shy and so quiet.
When you get to the road, everything.
So somebody told me.
Music.
Somebody said, "Oh, that road, that mashup,
Yeah.
that is something
A beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's just a vibe. It's just something that you can't explain." I heard someone say that very, very recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm loving the footwork, and I could just do the basic thing. But you see, like all them footwork what you and Derek doing there.
Take a lot of practice, and you have to love it too. So you gotta do it to your best of your ability. So once you know the basic and the footwork, you add your own style. Everybody dances the real or the breakaway different.
Yeah.
You have some of the guys that you watch over the years had this again goosebumps right now. I used to watch a guy by the name of Pangy. Well, he no longer with us. When I watch these guys dance, even some guys right now, Keyshawn, Lee Kai, these guys are marvelous footwork.
I saw some really young persons in your
Doing,
wedding party this year.
portray.
And the footwork.
It was awesome. You had to love it. You had to have a passion for it.
That needs to be marketed somehow because it's so unique to the Moriah old time wedding. It's so unique to
Tobago dance. Yeah, for real.
I don't think anybody else in the world could do that kind of footwork. I saw really young.
Young.
Your palm.
So,
doing these kinds of fancy,
yeah.
And I'm there and I'm trying to figure out, okay, so what is the basic step here? Because that's what my mind goes like, what's the basic step? If I can get the basic step, I might be able to, do a little thing. But oh my gosh, the dancing.
Yeah, the dance, real nice. And also the music as well. You go with the dancing, so we had to shout out Mr. Lawrence Crooks, better known as Wax, and the Tambriners, for over the years entertaining us with this awesome music.
Yes,
for real. Yeah.
And Lawrence Crooks was one of the icons who received the honor of homage at the Emancipation Day Parade. So I just wanted to point that out. Another of our icons, Mr. Tabiti, who was here earlier, also received that honorary award. So just shouting that out. Yeah. So Lawrence Crooks, or Wax, as
better known as Wax, that's his alias.
He was very instrumental.
He's a fiddler man.
And with him is a vibe, because even when he's not playing the fiddle, is a vibe with him. I know that for sure.
That's the man himself. That's the
So
music.
guys, I thank you so much for coming.
It's a pleasure to be here. Yeah, thank you for having us again.
Yes, thank you so much. I always say I love when young people do positive things.
Yeah.
You impact society positively. You know, culture has the ability to meet all corners of the earth.
For real.
And so when you guys are involved at such young and tender ages, then you have the continuity.
Yeah.
And we know it's going to grow.
Yeah, grow from strength to strength.
Yeah.
So
any parting words before we wrap?
well, I want to say the more whole time we're in good hands because we are the young ones. So when me and Bianca we phase out, they will be doing it, and other people who see it and love it, you know, they'll be part of it.
Right.
And we talk about heritage in Tobago, Tobago heritage. It's the more old time where it just come to everybody's mind.
It's a staple that has been there from inception. And so it's very important to really harness this and keep it and own it as ours, own it as something that is indigenous to us.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Derek.
Thank
you, Bianca. Thanks for coming. Thank you for your wonderful, lovely brush back coming in. I tried a little two-step. I hope I looked, sort of okay.
Well, it's actually a brushback shuffle. 3 steps forward, 2 steps backward. You're going forward, 3 steps, you're going forward to a new world. And the 2 steps, life go through your back. You never forget where you come from. Once you lost the reality of life, you never make it where you're going. So that's what the dance come around. So,
So we want to thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks
We're
again.
going to take a break and we're going to be right back with more Brunch at Tobago. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with Brunch. See you soon.
Tobago, after freeness is more speed and better TV. Get a free Samsung smartphone and free installation, plus 200 megabits per second, Paramount Plus, and more for only $299 with a select 200 plan from Flow. Visit online at discoverflow.co today.
Never ever worry, don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry if your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tattoo will always be here for you.
Tattoo, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Rest Assured helped me to cope with the unexpected, provides financial help for final expenses. Rest Assured, the affordable financial comfort plan. Tattoo Life, guaranteed protection. Whole Life helps me secure their future, provides financial protection with added benefits. Whole Life, the affordable financial benefits plan. Tattoo Life, guaranteed protection. Lifespan is the affordable critical illness plan you need. Cover expenses up to $1 million. Tattoo Life, guaranteed protection.
Summerama, real steam for the summer standard. Is a dream for the summer. Dreamy, steamy, standard. What you have? All the best deals, no drama. Standard be deed like a hammer. Go tell your friend, tell your papa, tell your mama. We got more. Standards of what is searching for. Quality brand, discounts galore. New things for the summer, online in store. Summertime is here, so make the most out of it at Standard. Never beaten on quality and price. It nice.
Jade Monkey. We celebrate a living legend, Curtis Garant, the International General Garant. Garanti. On the 6th of August, it's a celebration with the General Grant, and he's coming with his friends, Gardenite, Ziggy Rankin, Ice Sasha, and Prophet Benjamin. Your DJs, Trendsetter Goofy, and Jason G Artistry, Dreads International. Admission only $100 at the door. You pay more. Get your tickets now at Jade Monkey Bar, Barcode, Happy Place Bar, and Pablo Supermarket. For more information, call 266-6626 or 366-0991. Follow us on Instagram at Jade Monkey Bar TBG. On Facebook at Jade Monkey Bar Tobago. It's a celebration with the General Grant on the 6th of August from 9 p.m. at the Jade Monkey. This event powered by Digicel, Carib, Cool Control Air Conditioning, and Blue Heron Establishment.
All soca lovers, stand up. All soca lovers, stand up.
Are you flood ready? Monitor trusted sources for info. Wear protective gear when you clean up. Contact your insurance provider to assess the damage. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
Inner Health, number 13B Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, with over 25 years experience offering services in and not limited to microscopic blood analysis, reflexology, and the sale of a wide range of organic herbal products used to supplement thyroid, lymphatic, heart, kidney, and brain health, and the male and female reproductive systems. Come and chat with us. Remember, your health is your wealth.
From the experts that created the Zinger sandwich comes the KFC Crispy Barbecue Zinger.
The only one I see is you.
Cheddar cheese, crispy onions, the most delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken, and barbecue sauce. Get ready for a whole new level of flavor.
Right now, Tobagonians are just currying down to Bonaccord, right in Stobie Local Road. You know why? To come down and shop at Authentic Builders General Hardware, the only hardware store in Tobago that is giving you guys Trinidad prices. So for instance, such as steel, 1/2 and 5/8, $7,895. 5/8 construction ply for $260. Every single thing that you will need to do your home renovation or start your new construction, we have it right here. And to get your quotation, it's very easy. Just WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will do your free WhatsApp quotation for you.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Are you flood ready? Review and update insurance coverage. Install floodgates and barriers. Create a family flood plan. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
Mamai Lakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamai Lakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts has 1, 2 and 3 bedroom fully self-contained apartments located at the heart of Crown Point. Minutes walk to the popular beaches, restaurants, bars and the airport. Enjoy our amazing amenities such as fully equipped apartments complete with Wi-Fi, AC, TV and a pool and a mini-mart on the compound. Call 639-8292 or 8929. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts is your family's home away from home.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
October will never be better. With Tobago, carnival fever. Book your passage and come on over.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
Care Spa Services, and she is here to talk to us about a special and wonderful event that is going to be taking place called the Charity Walk and Ride. So we're going to talk to Hyacinth. Hyacinth, thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for giving me your time because we really want to know about your event. But before we go to that, tell me a little bit about your Candy Spa Services. How did you come about creating this wonderful venture?
So Candy Care came about in the beginning of COVID. I always did spa services. However, the beginning of COVID, I decided I wanted to go into it full time. And it's basically an outdoor spa service that caters to your needs, as well as having an experience, basically. So we do things like massages, facials, manicures, pedicures, and we all create this experience outdoors. So that's basically Candy Care.
Oh, so it's an outdoor kind of feeling and ambience. That's different. That's very different to what we're accustomed to.
Yes.
Yeah. So how has it been? How has it been so far?
Through COVID to now, I cannot complain. Most of my clients are international clients as well as locals. But just being able to have that experience outdoor, I think a lot of persons now want to come on board and want to have that experience. So it have been going good.
Yeah. You know, I love it when my Tobagonian brothers and sisters are doing wonderful things, positive things. I love having the opportunity to showcase entrepreneurs such as yourself. And tell me more about your charity event, Walk and Light. Tell me a bit about that.
Right. So Moms and Prams, Dads and Lads came about a couple of years ago when I invited some friends who had prams, and these devices are not utilized. We buy prams and we just have them home. So I invited them, so we went to a walk inside Canopy, and I would have asked each person to bring something to donate to a child. And on doing so, at the end of the walk, there was this one family who had lost, she had lost a child during childbirth. And I was able to give back to that grandmother the things that I would have received. And it was a wonderful charity giving back event. So I decided, why not? Why not try to do a bigger scale? So as I said, there's a lot of items that we have home, whether it's prams, whether it's bicycles, skateboards, and we don't use them. We have them just home as souvenirs. So why not allow the children to come out as parents? We are able to bond with them and we give back at the end of the charity. So basically, that's where Moms and Prams came about.
Yes.
So it's a bonding event for parents as well as children, and we are able to give back.
Yeah. So when does this wonderful event kick off? When can we expect Moms and Prams to begin?
It's this Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Venue is at Canopy. We reach at the hardware and we walk ride to the end of Cove and we come back out.
Okay. And how do we register for the event?
So it's basically free registry. The only thing we are asking is that parents bring an item, whether it's a baby item or stationaries. That's the entry to be a part of the walk. So basically that's it. You come out, you bring whatever you can. We are not asking for necessarily new stuff, but if the things are in good condition, we would greatly appreciate it because each one help one. So yeah, even if it is you cannot come to the event, you can drop off stuff. So you can call us at 392-4816, 392-4816 to drop off stuff if it is your wish to be a part of the event.
All right. And how do we get into the social part of it, social tags? How do we reach you socially?
So at present, you could reach me on Instagram at Candy Care Spa Service. For now.
Okay, just repeat it again, just for the viewers.
Candy Care Spa Services.
Candy Care Spa Services, and this is Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So coming up with the concept with moms, I love how you incorporated Moms and Prams. It definitely is the human. This is what I always talk about, the human aspect of doing things. We seem to lose it, or we are in danger of losing it, which is helping one another, caring for one another, and basically just wanting to assist our brothers and sisters in a way that is impactful and positive. And I think what you're doing is so necessary, just being a part of an event such as this one. It's caring, it's sharing. You're talking about persons who would have benefited from the event. Everyone is not at the same level. And so some of us have so much, others don't. And these kinds of events cater to that. And I'm so thankful, I'm so honored that you decided to come and talk about the event. All she's doing is smiling. That's all she's doing.
I'm always smiling.
Yeah. So what has the participation been like so far? Do you have a lot of entrants?
So far, I have a lot of associates and friends who donated stuff, whether it was money, so that we would be able to get stuff for the less fortunate. We are not sure as yet who we would be giving the hampers to. However, there's a lot of persons who just call who would not be able to be there to participate, but they want to be able to give back also. So far, I'm hoping for the best for the event. As I said, it's just a bonding time with parents and children. Because I think most times we as adults, we tend to allow our children to go by grandparents or friends so that we could do things as adults. And the whole idea of it is so that parents could bond and have fun while bonding with their children.
All right, definitely. Do you see a lot of daddies? Are daddies coming forward, or it's just
Well,
the moms?
I would hope so, because the whole idea of dads and lads is so that the dads could come out with the boys or the girls who have bicycles, and they
Mhm.
could also be a part of and not feel that you have to be suffocated within the yard space
Right.
to have fun. But we'll have a nice stretch where we could walk and have
Yeah,
fun,
so it's
basically.
moms and
And prams
prams
and dads and lads.
And this is all going to be happening on the
On the
same
same
day?
day, yes.
Okay, well, right. So there's no excuse.
No.
Dads,
A family event.
come out. Just as we're asking the mummies to come out, dads could come out as well, and really be a part of what's taking place.
Yes, they can.
What's next for Candy Care Spa Services? What's next for Hyacinth? What are you
Well-
doing next?
Well, so Brilliant Boys is also a part of the event, and basically they are my sons. It's my son's line. The whole idea. So what's next for Candy Care for Brilliant Boys? I believe that my sons are brilliant. I do affirmations with them each day.
Oh, yes.
And the whole idea of doing affirmations is me telling them they are kings with positive affirmations.
Okay.
And so it started with a clothing line, basically. However, I want to be able to allow them to do things as young men growing up. So I'm creating a platform where we could involve parents and young boys growing up so that they can be a part of something much more than staying at home.
Yes.
So we started with story time.
Right.
So story time is basically probably once or twice per month where it is parents come on board and we have basically comprehension in person.
Oh, lovely.
So where they are able to now listen and see at where they would be able to understand or what it is they can grasp from it. So I hope to continue and to explore more stuff where Brilliant Boys and Candy Care is.
Yeah. So is this on Instagram as well? Are
so
you on a
I-
platform?
Not as
for
yet.
Brilliant Boys? Okay.
Not as yet, but I hope to incorporate it with Candy Care. Because Candy Care is basically out there already. So
Yeah.
yes, so persons
So
would
you
be able
already
to
have the
hear.
push and the buzz coming out of that. So we have quite a few things happening with Candy Care.
Yes.
And you're sitting there all quiet, and you know you have the stuff going on. You know you
I
got stuff
try.
going on. So we have moms and prams, we have dads and lads, and then we have brilliant boys. Targeting the boys is really important. You know, we have some challenges there. I would not pretend that they don't exist. They do when it comes to our boys. So in order to impact and empower them from a very tender age, this is something that we really need. So I'm looking out for brilliant boys because I would like my son to be a part of that. He is very, very intuitive, and I want to continue to nurture that and harness that in the best way possible. So Brilliant Boys is definitely something that I would love to get involved in. So just for our viewers, we're getting ready to wrap in a few. What would you like to tell the persons who are watching? If you had to leave a positive message, a phrase, a sentence, something that would resonate with our viewers, what would that be? What would Hyacinth want to say to the viewers today?
So what I would like to say to the viewers today is that children appreciate time, and the whole idea of the event is that parents be a part of their children's life. So don't take for granted the times that we neglect them. They appreciate time and they want to spend time with us. So on that note, I hope to see you all on the 12th, which is this Saturday at 4:30 p.m.
And there you have it. There you have it. I could not have said it better. I had to hear from the woman herself. Yeah. So just remind us of the date of the event. If we could put the flyer up one more time so that our viewers could just recap the day of the event and, of course, the time, venue, how we reach you, your social tags. Just remind us of that. Moms and prams, dads and lads, charity walk and ride. Yeah.
So it's this Saturday, the 12th of August, and the event starts at 4:30 p.m. We reach at the Hardware by Canopy, Lowlands, Tobago, and we are going into the Cove and we are coming back out. You can reach us at 392-4816. The number is 392-4816. You can check us out at Candy Care Spa Service on Instagram.
Definitely. And there you have it. She said it herself. Tell me, before we wrap really quickly, tell me about your family and support. Is there anything you want to mention there? The support in terms of your event and in terms of starting Candy Care Services.
Okay, so to be quite honest, I most times do these events by myself because I am afraid of bringing the ideas to persons.
Okay.
So most times I would always start these events and then I would tell family members about it because I'm afraid that, maybe they don't agree with my ideas or the thoughts within my head. So they only find out about the events afterwards.
After the fact.
Yes.
Yeah.
So once it is I put it out there, there's no me going back on what it is I want to do. So even the flyer, I created the flyer and only then I told the persons about it. And I was like, well, I don't have a choice because I have it out there already. So it's not that my family aren't involved. They only hear about events and they only get to be a part of it after the fact.
Right. So you obviously move in silence.
Right.
Until the right time has presented itself.
It is.
Yeah. And then you get into what the family is going to be doing and being supportive and all of that. Yeah.
Yes,
and that is actually not a bad way to think of it, because sometimes you really need to tell yourself, okay, listen, I'm going to do this. I can. And I'm going to do this. When I feel that I'm ready to let you guys in, I will let you guys in. Love you loads. Love you to the moon and back. But let me get it done first. Or let me lay the groundwork first. And then I invite you. Yeah? So Candy Care Services, I applaud you. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful venture. Hyacinth, thank you so much for coming and gracing us on brunch.
Thank you.
You sit there and you telling me you're nervous and you're shy and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. I don't see it. I don't get it. But you speak because you know what you're speaking about. This is your baby, like I said. This is your business. These are your ideas. And so you are the only one who can speak on it, speak positively and intelligently on it. So I want to thank you so much for coming, and all the best to Candy Care Services, all the best to mom and proms, dads and lads, and brilliant boys.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and we are definitely looking forward to more from you.
I received that.
All right, so thank you so much. We're going to wrap with Candy, but before we do that, let me just take you to the trivia question again. Which popular Tobago beach was voted as one of the best beaches in the Caribbean for many times? Which popular Tobago beach was voted as one of the best beaches in the Caribbean many times? I'm not seeing you guys getting it, but I'm going to keep the question. All right. Someone said it's a toss-up between Pigeon Point and Englishman's Bay, right? You guys are on the right track. The answer is actually Englishman's Bay. Yes, this is one of the popular beaches that was voted on as one of the best. You hear what I say? The best beach, one of the best in the Caribbean. Not once, not twice, but many, many, many times. And that's what we do on Brunch. We bring you anything and everything Tobago. We are here to inspire, inform, and educate. And that is what we vow to do. Every day we grace you with a brunch, a taste of Tobago. From our family to yours, We wish you peace, love, and light. We will see you on Wednesday for more of Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Bye-bye and have a wonderful day.